If you are a biker and want to join the Outlaw Motorcycle group or any other group, there are a few things you should know. These secret rules began after World War II and continue to this day. Let's figure out what those are. Some of them will twist your head, so watch the whole video. Number 1. Racing. You know, it's pretty wild, but even to this day, a lot of outlaw motorcycle clubs are sticking to this unspoken rule. Stick to your own race. Yeah, whether you're talking about black, white, or Hispanic, it's like each club has its own set, you know? And it all goes back to the California scene and those prison politics. Imagine you're in a club, let's say it's a Mexican one. Well, you gotta play by the Mexican card, no exceptions. Because if you start letting in different races, it's like inviting trouble from within. They gotta keep tight control, especially when things hit the streets, because it's just too risky otherwise. And even if they're in a whole different country, they'll still stick to these rules. Now, there's a bit of wiggle room when a club expands abroad. They might bend the rules a bit for the sake of territory, you know? But then you've got these outliers like the chosen few who flipped the script. They were one of the first to mix it up, letting white people into a black club. Back in the day, that was unheard of. But hey, not every club's the same. Some still keep that black set and white set vibe, even when they're partying it up at events like Daytona Bike Week or Myrtle Bike Week. It's like this whole culture spilling over into how things are done, you know? Number 2, hazing prospects. In the world of motorcycle clubs, it's not all cut from the same cloth. While some clubs see prospects as potential brothers right off the bat, others have a whole different approach. Suppose you're trying to join a club, and suddenly you're thrown into this whirlwind of bizarre tasks, washing bikes, lighting up cigarettes, you name it. It's like they're testing your mettle, seeing just how far you're willing to go for the club. It's all part of this old-school military-style hazing that's been around forever. And if you're in the club and you notice that some prospects are getting the tough treatment while others skate by, well, it's decision time. Do you swallow your pride and go along with it, or do you stand your ground? It's a tricky spot to be in, because when you're facing down a whole crew, it's not always smart to stick your neck out. Number 3, motorcycle specs. Many American motorcycle clubs have specific bike requirements. It's not just the outlaw clubs that insist on big, American-made bikes like 1300cc Harleys. Even sport bike crews have their standards. See, if you're rolling with them, you gotta have a bike that can keep up with their need for speed. They're not gonna be too keen on cruisers because they can't keep up the pace. But not every club is like this. Some are more flexible. It really depends on the club and its vibe. Now, when it comes to outlaw clubs, it's all about those classic American brands like Harley-Davidson, Indian, or Victory. Some might let you ride a sport bike, but to get fully patched, you'll eventually need to switch to an American Beauty. However, for some American clubs, it's a strict rule: no Harley, no entry. It's all about sticking to the requirements, whether it's the brand of bike or the type of club you're rolling with. Number 4, riding expectations. When you're new to joining a club, you've got to know what you're getting into when it comes to riding. Rain or shine, tired or not, you're expected to hit the road. And if you're in an outlaw motorcycle club, you've got to keep up with the crew. No ifs, ands, or buts. If they're cruising at 100 mph, you've got to be right there with them, no questions asked. Being a member of an outlaw club means you've got to be a seasoned rider. It's not something just anyone can handle. That's why you don't see a ton of young riders in outlaw clubs. It takes serious experience to ride at that level. So yeah, while you might spot some young riders, they're usually super experienced to handle the fast-paced action of outlaw riding. Number 5, leaving motorcycle club. Leaving a motorcycle club can be a real challenge. Sometimes, depending on your situation, they can make it downright rough. You see, some people leave the biggest, baddest clubs and just hop over to another one like it's no big deal. But for others, it's a whole different story. I've seen people go through some serious hardships when they try to walk away. Now picture this. Some clubs can be really intense about it. They might try to make you cover up your tattoos by force. Yeah, it sounds like something straight out of Sons of Anarchy, but it's not always that dramatic. Sure, there might be some wild stories floating around, but in reality, most people just cover up their ink and move on. But here's where it gets real. I've seen situations where men get jumped, or even worse, they have their bikes taken away from them. It's a tough scene, no doubt about it. So, If you're thinking about joining an outlaw motorcycle club or a 1% club, you've got to have some serious conversations first. You've got to know who you're getting mixed up with. Are they the kind of folks who would pull a stunt like that? Did you see them do it to someone else before? These are the questions you've got to ask yourself. And then there are the clubs that are so strapped for cash that they'll try to squeeze every last penny out of you before they let you go. Yeah, it's messed up, but it happens more often than you'd think. They'll keep you stuck until you cough up the cash. But wait, there's more. Some clubs will spread the word to other clubs, telling them not to accept you just because you left. It's like they're blacklisting you from the whole scene. It's rough, man. Real rough. And then there's the whole out bad thing. These are the folks who did something real messed up, like sleeping with someone's old lady or snitching on a brother. Yeah, they're the real troublemakers, no doubt about it. Also, there's a new category emerging in the scene. It's called political out bad. These are the folks who just didn't see eye to eye with the higher-ups. Maybe they wanted to do things differently, or maybe they were seen as a threat to the status quo. Either way, they get the boot for no good reason at all. Number 6. Respecting colors. Motorcycle clubs hold their colors, those iconic patches on their vests, in the highest regard. These patches aren't just decorations. They're symbols of hard-earned respect and loyalty. For many clubs, surrendering these colors isn't a decision made lightly. It's a sign of allegiance and identity within the club, something members will fiercely defend. Some clubs enforce strict rules, even dictating how members should carry their vests. In certain clubs, wearing your vest while riding in a car is a no-go. It must be neatly folded and stowed away in the trunk. Others take a more relaxed approach, allowing members to proudly wear their cuts wherever they go. What's your take on this practice? Do you think it's excessive to fold up your vest? Or do you see it as necessary to maintain the club's integrity? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 7. The bad boy image. Now let's get real for a minute. There are people out there who join motorcycle clubs, especially outlaw ones, simply to embrace that bad boy image they've always admired from afar. Maybe they watched their peers getting into trouble, joining gangs, and living on the edge while they played it safe, sticking to the straight and narrow. But as they get older, they hit that midlife crisis and suddenly crave a taste of that rebellious lifestyle they missed out on. So, what do? They join an outlaw motorcycle club, or maybe even a smaller club, just to strut around like Mr. Tough Guy with their patches on. Then there are those who take it a step further. They start their own motorcycle club and slap on a logo featuring devils or flames, trying to look even tougher and cooler. It's like they're aiming for a Hell's Angels light vibe, even though they might not have what it takes to prospect for the real deal. And let's not forget about the ones who want to emulate groups like the Pagans or the Thunder Gods, walking around with axe handles as if they're ready to swing at a moment's notice, all to project a certain image of toughness and intimidation. It's all about living out a fantasy they never got to experience when they were younger, trying to recapture that rebellious spirit in their later years. Number 8. Not letting non-members know about club business. As a member of a motorcycle club, it is critical to keep your personal life private from non-members. This means not discussing club business with anyone outside the circle, including your significant other. Sharing sensitive material, especially with loved ones, carries significant danger, since they may become targets or be blackmailed into disclosing details if things go wrong. Such breaches of confidence have resulted in serious consequences, including death. By protecting club concerns, you protect not only yourself, but also your family from potential danger or repercussions. It's about putting safety and loyalty first. What's your take on these club traditions? Share your thoughts below, and if you're hungry for more motorcycle club insights, hit that subscribe button and join the ride.